The issue is how to get the bottle on there without upsetting the angle of the branch too much. The first step is to find something, and let's see, which one do we want to start with here. So I kind of go, okay, I guess I could probably put the bottle this way and tie it up in here. I was buying bottles, and the guy that I was buying bottles says, "Oh, I've got pear trees," and he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm putting them in bottles." And he says, "Well, how do you do that?" And I said, "Well, you take off all these pears and leave the king." And he says, "Oh, I could never do that. I couldn't. I want every last pear." But there's plenty of pears here for me, so I'm just ripping off the leaves and stuff in here, because they'll just kind of rot in the glass anyway.
Which one's the king?
The king is usually is always the biggest one. They I don't know if they talk about a king as a piece of fruit, but they talk about a king bloom, and the king bloom is the one that for some reason gets pretty much all the nourishment, or a lot of the nourishment. And it's usually, at this point, it's bigger than the rest. It's like out of those two, it's this one. Out of this one, I don't know. I mean, the good thing is, and these are going to have to go. Sorry guys. And I'm going to choose that one. Kind of cut these guys off. So that's kind of my pear. That'll end up as pear in a bottle right there. And let me grab a bottle. Where's my guy now? Here he is. Okay. So I just kind of do a test run in here. See there, there's still quite a bit of room. I mean, another week or so, that guy won't get in there. So it's basically, I'm going to do a test run here just to see. I don't want it to go all the way to the bottom of the bottle. Well, this is going to work out fine. Because basically if I place this guy in here, something like that, he'll be in the bottle. So I've conveniently already tied this guy up, but you can loosen these. They're just basically little slip knots. You can loosen it off of here and do your tying. So we wanted it somewhere up in here, and I'll just wrap it a couple times on here. If you wrap it around twice, that thing is not going to move at all. Slip this guy back over. Cinch it down a little bit. You can still kind of change the direction of the bottle. Actually, I think I'd like this one to be kind of, maybe this is the wire's a little bit long, but I can go in and change that. But there he goes. So let me just maybe make it a little bit shorter by running it around this knot. Okay, and then the last thing I do is kind of secure the wire to the branch, and I usually, if I have a little piece of this plastic, I just use this to tie them up. And it looks like this thing is slipping a little bit. I should probably get another. Let me go around this branch one more time. Just so it binds on that branch a little bit. There wasn't enough to bind on the branch. There's vinyl around this wire, so it creates a little friction with the branch. And so once you have it wrapped a couple times, it's not going to move on you. Like if the wind blows these things, this wire will pretty much stay, it should stay in place. So that's basically going to keep that. And I'll maybe wrap this around a couple more times just to keep it there. Maybe put another little knot in it. This stuff's pretty stretchy. This is just that regular planting tape. It's basically there for the season. I probably would harvest that I don't know, beginning of September, probably before the other ones on the tree. Maybe a little bit, maybe in the middle of September. And usually the pears will fall off, you know, off the branch. Or you can, that's the second step of this is getting them to relieve them from their own branch. So that's the basic, that's the process. See you in 3 months. All right.